Okay.
Erik, has there been a change in the diagnosis for Terry Rozier now that he's missed this amount of time? And is there still an expectation of him possibly returning at some point in the playoffs?
The diagnosis is the same, so we'll continue to treat him day to day. I'll give you an update, when we get an update.
And then with Duncan, his status has sort of been up and down, as I assume the injury has been as well. One, your thoughts on the limiting him to 12 minutes in Friday's game, and if there's not a minutes limitation, is there a physical limitation minutes-wise for him at the state he's in right now?
He's ready to go. The 12 minutes is what was needed, the other night. And we'll see what happens tonight. Maybe it'll be more today.
Hey, Coach. Zachary Weinberg, Clutch Points. Can you just kind of talk about your general expectation for the series? Obviously, Bam said after the play-and-win game that it's going to be not a pretty game. It's going to be an ugly game. Just sort of general expectations there.
Yeah, I think we have to be open to however the games play out. It's a privilege to have, these kind of competitive series. We obviously have history, with them. But all that, really is in the past. It's really just creates an environment of competition. That's the way I look at it. Both organizations really respect each other. Both have been, here in the playoffs for several years and have met, for a reason. There's a lot of things, that have been done right by both organizations, and you happen to meet. I think that's a good thing.
Buddy Manning, CLNS Media. Erik, what do you remember about, last postseason, the back and forth with Joe, and just what you took away from his coaching style and even the growth he showed into this year and, the kind of competitiveness you two are going to have going back and forth this year?
Yeah, it's really not going to be about us, but he's a very good coach, and, they've had a very productive, season. This year they've improved all across the board. You have to respect what they've done. The record was what the record was, and their point differential, and all the records that they were breaking during the regular season. You have to respect that, but you also can't be fearful of that. You have to get into the competition. The way we view it is, no matter who you're going to play, when you're going to play, it's going to be tough in the playoffs, and that's the first battle. Wrap your mind around that, and then embrace, the joy of competing against an opponent, that's going to present a lot of different challenges. And, we've been through a lot, this season, but we're looking forward to starting this series.
Spo, Joe, last year was his first playoff run. He had to jump in and take over a contender right away. How hard is that first playoff run, and I guess how big of a difference is that second time around when you've already gone through it?
Yeah, it's tough for me to really remember. I'm not that old, but people think that our first playoff runs, with our coaching staff was during the Big Three. It wasn't. We had 2 playoff runs before that, but we were knocked out in the first round, so a lot of people weren't paying attention. But Joe is a very thoughtful coach. He puts a lot of time into it. He was a very good assistant coach, so he is well prepared to go into that. And then, if you go into an organization where there are big expectations, you learn and do things probably 5 times quicker than maybe other places because you have those playoff experiences and the expectations, and that's the best way to learn. All right, cool, thank you.